It's possible to build a net zero economy without sacrificing equity and social justice.
Hi, my name is Valentina and I come from the 10% Mapuche indigenous community in Chile, which has deeply shaped my world of view. As a student and member of SASCO at UWC Atlantic, I have dedicated my energy to create policies that do not just require to environment problems, but confront them at their root. Previously, I have witnessed the ecological inequalities that affect indigenous communities, but also, however, practices can offer transformative solutions. This is why I consider myself a bold, a creative, hardworking, and deeply curious person, committed to giving my best contribution to collective well-being and achieve a common purpose. One of my goals for this program is therefore to combine innovative technology with the lesson of past generations. One of the key themes of the Villars Symposium 25 is the relation between economy and environment. So, reflecting on the climate trail, a President Cameron Hepburn's speech on how to solve the climate crisis brings on several questions and ideas. What I notice is that climate fraud highlights how many modern climate solutions ignore the roots of the problem, such as the climate colonialism perpetuating the exploitation of the global south by the north. Examples such as the purchase of carbon credits or innovative wind turbine projects on indigenous territories reflect these inequalities, starving local communities of their resources and cultures in the name of sustainability. For years, I have witnessed how these initiatives negatively impact those who have protected the land for generations. This approach is crucial because it mounts climate justice, exposing the structural inequalities behind technocratic solutions. Meanwhile, Cameron Hepburn proposed and promotes a change in European economic system that, although well-intentioned, could perpetuate inequality by continuing to promote a relationship of economic dependence with other countries. What I think is that both approaches, although useful, ignore the human factor, behavior, and consciences. The climate solution may not lie only in economic growth, but in a profound transformation of economic growth and of human consciousness in the way we relate to nature. Therefore, incorporating the lesson of indigenous peoples about caring for the earth and about humans should behave towards their environment can greatly enrich the path towards a sustainable model. What I wonder is how can we reconcile these two visions? It is possible to design solutions that are both economically viable and socially fair without falling into the trap of empty promise that do not solve the root of problems. How can we change collective behavior so that sustainability is not just a fact, but is a principle that guides each of our decisions? During the networking break, I would like to speak with Thomas Crowder, an ecologist renowned for his work on ecosystem restoration and his focus on biodiversity as a key tool in climate change mitigation. His research on large-scale ecosystem restoration is fundamental to understanding how we can integrate nature-conscious solutions and clean technologies within a net-zero economy framework. I believe that by approaching climate change from a broad perspective that combines creativity, innovation, and a multidimensional and cultural approach, we can generate more effective and balanced solutions that not only restore ecosystems, but also foster a sustainable and resilient economy for the future. Also, I will ask him, how can large-scale ecosystem restoration, when integrated with innovative clean technologies, contribute to building a net-zero economy while also addressing the deep-rooted social and environmental inequalities seen in the global south? What can we learn from both modern scientific advancements and ancestral knowledges to design more inclusive and effective climate solutions? And finally, In your view, how can young leaders leverage innovation, creativity, and collective awareness to create strategies that not only restore ecosystems, but also fosters a more just, resilient, and sustainable global economy? As a member of Mapuche community, I have witnessed firsthand the consequence of extravism and environment exploitation. This has given me a critical perspective of solution to climate change. From a young age, together with my parents, we start carbon footprint projects, design devices to measure indoor emissions, following the objective of UNESCO 2025 plan, which has allowed me to understand how clean technology can be a key tool to mitigate climate change. In addition, through the knowledge of my grandparents, I created a digital book and I learned about Mapuche traditions, reflecting how these practices provide a deep connection with the well-being of the planet, demonstrating a great interest and willingness to learn from the experiences and knowledge of older people, always seeking to enrich my perspective and skills through their wisdom. This experience has taught me that climate change will not be solved only with technological advances, but through a comprehensive transformation that contemplates human behavior and the awakening of a collective conscience. Although current policies are aimed at promoting a net zero future, it is necessary to address the roots of the social and economic problems that perpetuate the ecological crisis. UN study reveals that by 2030, 45% of global emissions must be reduced if we aspire to a future with zero emission by 2050. However, this change will not be effective if ecosystems are not restored and if nature-based solutions are not integrated, which, as in my community, have been vital to the balance of the planet. A sustainable future requires interdisciplinary and intergenerational collaboration where young people can lead systematic change, supported by policies that promotes inclusion and social justice. As Wangari Maathai mentioned, we cannot protect what we do not understand, and we cannot understand what we do not love. This love for the earth must guide our efforts towards a truly net zero and nature positive future, and only then we will achieve real change. My ability to integrate ancestral wisdom with innovative technological solutions, together with my commitment to social and environmental justice, makes me an ideal candidate to lead the change towards a more sustainable and equitable future. So, are you ready to be part of the change, contributing your creativity and passion towards a more just and sustainable future?